we're legally required to critique all of these videos in order to use them. Fair use copyright. I'm sorry, Laura, but the sweater is not Christmassy enough for me.
Welcome to the Guitar Arrangers Podcast, the greatest guitar arrangers podcast in the history of the universe.
Very nice. Welcome. We have another episode for you today. This is a very special episode. This is our Christmas special. Thomas, what song are we looking at today on the Christmas special?
We're looking at In the Bleak Midwinter, and a lot of people think that it's a traditional song, but it's actually a song who I believe was written by Gustav Holst, the same guy that wrote The Planets. The music was written by Gustav Holst, and I think the lyrics were written by Christina Rossetti in like the 1800s. So I guess it's kind of a traditional song. It's kind of an old song, but Gustav Holst is not it's not as old of a name as you'd think.
So what instrument did Gustav originally write this for?
Well, because the poetry existed first, I'm sure he just wrote it for like a choir. Do we want to pull up a version for the audience?
Okay, this is a choir version of In the Bleak Midwinter by Gustav Holst. Music anyway. And I'll pause it right there as we get back to chord number 1.
We supposed to name that chord? I'm not gonna name that chord. Looks like a C minor 7 plus a sharp 9th and a flat 15th and a tetrachord inversion.
You would need to be some kind of music theory god to understand what chord this is.
F. The Gustav Holst Society in the United Kingdom is in charge of promoting Gustav Holst's music, and they really have a deep love for Gustav Holst's music, and they think it's such a shame that people only know Gustav Holst as the composer of The Planets when he has so much other great music out there. So you can listen to Christmas music and do Gustav Holst a solid this season by sharing this Christmas carol In the Bleak Midwinter.
So I was wondering, what makes this a Christmas piece?
I think it has references to Christian theology and Jesus being born and stuff like that.
Okay, so the lyrics.
I think that's the Christmas part. Yeah. I mean, if you look at the lyrics all together, they're pretty Christmassy.
I could have looked this up myself, but I figured I would use Thomas on it. I listened to a lot of guitar arrangements of this piece this week, so definitely missing out on a lot of the lyrics.
Well, some people say, doesn't having a guitar piece, a guitar arrangement without the lyrics take away from the meaning of the song, and in a way, it could also make a song have more meaning, because then other people are free to come up with their own meaning for the piece. It's kind of a double-edged sword, I think.
So how do we want to assign meaning or value to these pieces today? What are we going to do to rate them?
So we're going to test it on a scale of 5 to 1 reindeer.
We're giving out reindeers this week. Okay.
We're giving out reindeers. I'm not even going to pretend to be unbiased in this episode, you and I both know we're going to be professionally simping over Laura Snowden this entire episode.
Wow.
Her arrangement is the greatest. Professionally, her arrangement is the greatest. We already know who's going to win.
Professionally
It's not going to
simping.
be.
Is that something I'm gonna have to cut out later, because I want to keep it in, but you have to tell me right now if I'm supposed to get rid of professionally simping over.
Well, let me explain what I mean. Professionally simping is when you admire someone's prowess on the guitar, the physical gymnastics of their hands moving, the intelligence it would take to create to orchestrate the piece in such a way, as opposed to lowly simping, which is just a mere, relishing in someone's attractiveness. Which, look at us, Tony. We're two beautiful people. And one time I got on the Skype and I thought I was looking at Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson over there.
I pray that one day we will see a time where my YouTube videos get views for the content of the music rather than my physical attractiveness. Alas, that time will probably never come.
Yeah, I wish people would post on my videos and say, people only watch Thomas because he's a hot piece of meat.
I would like to address one more thing before we get started. Today we have a special guest with us. Give a big warm welcome to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Whoa. Hey, Tony, I love that you're wearing the ceremonial Christmas garb right now.
Yeah, I should have worn something more Christmassy. I'm in Turkey right now, Istanbul, Turkey, and there is a
Christmas
surprising amount of Christmas stuff going on right now. I could have very easily walked into any number of stores and purchased an ugly seasonal Christmas sweater with a Santa Claus on it or Christmas trees. There's like a Times Square sized Christmas tree right outside my house. I feel like I'm in New York City right now. So we have Harry Murrell playing in the Bleak Midwinter.
You always say the name's so funny. It's just Harry
Murrell. I apologize for pronouncing everyone's name wrong. Maybe Thomas can start saying the names.
Yeah. Oh. So here we have In the Bleak Midwinter by don't look at me like that, Tony. My guest of Hilst. See?
Oh my.
I'm glad that I'm the one who's announcing the names now. I do a really good job.
The Gastov Hilst Society is going to blacklist us forever if you pull anything like that again. Harry M is going to play in the Bleak Midwinter solo guitar arrangement. Let's listen to this one.
I can't wait.
The recording sounds very nice. Beautiful reverb. Is it just me? Like, do you hear something like sparkling in the background? Oh,
I feel like that's just the strings.
Or is that like your air conditioning or something? Do you have a wind chime outside of your window?
I do. I'll take it down.
No, is you really?
It's windy. It's like incredibly windy today.
I was totally not trying to call Thomas out on those wind chimes. I legitimately thought that this guitar arrangement had added like the sounds of Christmas decorations or something, ornaments on a tree in the background. I thought it was really lovely touch, but my bad. It's really windy out there. Wow, I can hear that.
It is. I was not kidding. It's powerfully windy outside right now.
Anyway, all right, back to this beautiful arrangement.
It's an interesting way to do the melody.
Yeah, I think in the description he said he wanted to do it with all harmonics or something.
But it's not all harmonics. It's like every now and then he does a harmonic. I don't know.
Yeah, using them in the scale.
It just keeps becoming more and more saturated with harmonics.
Yeah, what was the...
I guess I hear what he's saying. I think that the different octaves that he's doing everything in kind of obscures the melody. And I mean, it does sound nice. It's just not as clear as it could be for using. I feel like he could get it clearer with the harmonics.
Sure. So simple choral writing like this, SATB, isn't the rule that basically only the bass can change octave, but maybe not the melody notes are not supposed to change octave.
Yeah, for all the muggles in the audience, we're just talking about every now and then he plays like super high in the middle of the melody. And so, instead of getting just in the bleak midwinter. I don't know. It sounds like that to me. It sounds like a little bit like a robot music. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Yeah. I mean, I think it still sounds really pretty. But when it's something that's like singable, I kind of want that melody in there at least like one time really clear. And I felt like it wasn't clear one time, super clear.
I think acoustic fingerstyle guitar. That's one of the cool things that they often do is change octaves in a way that you can't really do on classical guitar because you have that extended fretboard. So you can do a lot of chord shapes with open strings involved up really high where you end up getting like different combinations of octaves and things that are maybe like a little bit less common. And I think that's just part of the acoustic guitar sound. That's not what this guy was doing necessarily. I don't know. If you listen to enough solo acoustic guitar music, I feel like the octave displacement is just like par for the course. So it probably just sounded natural to add it that way. So it didn't bother me. I liked it that way.
Yeah. I like his background. I like he's got that big rhombus in the center behind him, the big diamond shape.
That's like the international sign for recording studio room. the sound pad.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I like it. It's a simple little guitar song. I just feel like it's only gonna get 4 reindeers from me because I feel like it could, with some care with the octaves and not exactly jumping around all over the place, or like finding one place where he can do all the harmonics and do the melody, and it just sounds like really clear, like a singing voice would do it without any jumping around up and down pitches, then I feel it could be a really masterful arrangement if you did that once.
I see. So this is not Christmas Carol style.
I don't know. I mean, like in the beginning, I just have a hard time even registering some of that melody in the very beginning. But like I said, I do think overall it's pretty good, and I actually do like it. And you really just can't go wrong with harmonics on an acoustic guitar. It's always going to sound like really, really pretty.
Of course, yeah. I think that I'm going to have to also give this one 4 reindeer. I would give it 4.75 reindeer, but I don't really feel like editing anything besides
what did we say about
1 through 5? Sorry, it's just 4 out of 5 is like a B in school. You know, I don't want to give this a B grade.
I see. You want to give it a B plus.
It's only going to say 4 on the screen if you're watching this on YouTube, because I'm not typing extra digits. Sorry.
Yeah. Speaking of 5,
we're not dividing any reindeer. That's just cruel.
No, we can't. But speaking of 5, if you look at the 5th fret on his guitar, he's got double dots.
Ooh.
And that's kind of weird because you don't normally see the double dots on any other fret but 12. Normally 12th fret, that gets 2 dots, and everything else gets 1 dot. But on his guitar, it's 5 and 9. Yeah, that's the rules. You better not break them. No, but he's got 5 and 9 there. Both have double dots. It's probably, I don't know what it is, but it feels like a threat to try to destroy Christmas, and I won't have it.
Yeah, having double dots on 5 and 9 is like saying happy holidays.
Whoa, is that what Santa would have done? Double dots, 5 and 9? What are you thinking? I don't know. I see now. I'm like, I want to grab my guitar and see if there's a way to play that whole melody in like artificial harmonics, so you could do the whole thing real pretty, and then just put some accompaniment notes in there with the play some low notes with the thumb.
I'm sure there is.
We need to have that needs to be our next show idea, is a sort of WWE wrestler smackdown between 2 guitar arrangers. Instead of brutally wrestling each other and grappling each other on the mat, we'll just play like very pretty harmonics and say, I won't say, I like those pretty harmonics better for almost no reason.
We'll have an impartial judge. I like it.
So this one is a fingerstyle arrangement by this guy whose channel's name is russconnected. I don't know if his real name is Russ.
Not heard very often at Christmas, but it is definitely a beautiful song and has a great message.
The fingerstyle guitar is the most common counterpart to the alternate guitar technique, which is toe style guitar, both of which are only a mere component of phalange style guitar. That is all. I rest my case. Hit that. Hit that play button.
Sounds like a windy day in Thomas's neighborhood.
This is the video.
I know.
That was well done. I actually kind of enjoyed that. That's a neat little hobbyist arrangement from russconnected.
Yeah, I thought basically everything about it was solid choices. And we always give bonus points for those who do a one-take playthrough. That's always cool. This looks like it might be a pretty old YouTube video. Oh, 2010. This is probably the oldest video that we've had on the podcast.
It is an old video.
So we'll cut some slack. I think back in
Yeah.
2010, the YouTube upload quality was pretty low. So I mean, everything that this video had to overcome some obstacles in terms of that, and the sound quality could be a little bit better.
Eyebrows
And
could have been better.
there were no eyebrows. That's very important. And then the tuning also was kind of getting to me a little bit. But as far as the arrangement goes, very solid.
I got more like hobbyist vibes from this performance too. I mean, the other one, it seemed like it was very carefully set up, like the dude was trying to make it like a professional recording, but I feel like this one, it's just a guy trying to make a recording for his friends or something. I don't know. Something about the vibe of that.
Sure.
It just seemed different.
I think, yeah, but this is 2010 YouTube. I think it just that people hadn't really figured out the home production thing in 2010. Like this wasn't a lot of people making high quality guitar recordings on YouTube then, high quality in terms of like video and audio and stuff. But
well, I'm stumped. I don't know what I'm gonna rate this one, because I was gonna go in on the video and say, what was this, shot by some kind of caveman? But now I can't, now I can't. Now they're on equal playing fields. What will I do? What will I do? And Tony already said that he's not going to do any reindeer surgery. He's not going to do any reindeer surgery. Some of the harmonies I didn't like. Maybe I'm just a stickler. Maybe I'm just an old man purist when it comes to the Gustav Holst. But there were some altered harmonies that, I don't know, didn't sit perfectly with me. And it was much easier than the acoustic guitar arrangement, even though I think that some of the acoustic guitar arrangement harmonics were a little bit hard in an unnecessary way. I still have to give credit to the fact that he pulled off all of those harmonics. So I'm pretty stumped. I think I'm going to give it a 3, just because I feel like I feel obligated to give it a 3 for some reason. But I think it's pretty good overall. Like if I was going to buy sheet music so far, I'd be buying it from the second dude and kind of adding a little bit or changing a little bit, rather than buying it from the first dude and trying to figure out some crazy thing to do with all the harmonics there, or have to learn how to get all those crazy harmonics in those exact particular places, because he really mixes them up a lot, which would be challenging.
Sure. Yeah, so I mean, I think this piece is definitely more gig ready. This one is probably at about a skill level that you could like learn it for some kind of background music gig and not be too stressed about. So the first one with the harmonics, even if it's not particularly difficult to play, I think harmonics are always hard to read. So you kind of have to spend more time getting familiar with the piece, and you're going to have to memorize it to a certain extent, because you're not going to be able to be looking at the music when you're playing. So it's a little bit of work and maybe not enough reward for like a gig scenario. Whereas I think this one would be a good arrangement to buy if you wanted to have something in your arsenal.
That reminds me of a piece that I feel that exact same way about. Have you ever heard Christopher Parkening's version of Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring?
I had that as my ringtone on my phone for the last 10 years.
Oh yeah, that's what they played for my parents as I was born. But anyways, you joker. No. It's a very souped up version, because most of the versions people don't realize it when they're just hearing it at the churches or during the holidays or for a wedding. They don't notice how reduced it is. But Christopher Parkening's version that he plays, which may be arranged actually by Rick Foster. I'm not sure what the kind of collaboration is there, but I think it's mainly Rick Foster that did the arrangement, and Parkening that played it on like a television program and popularized it. And it's in his book of hymn arrangements. But yeah, it's 1.5 minutes, and it's the most insanely hard thing you will ever learn. You would have to put in an incredible amount of work. I mean, it's good for the television program because it's hard, but it's short, and you need something that's short for a television program. You can't sit there and play for like 5 minutes or even 3 minutes. You can't really play for. So like a good minute and a half, 2.5 minutes is perfect for that. But it's very, very, very difficult. So I've always wanted to learn it, but it's just, again, so tough for such little reward. You only get a song that's 1.5 it's 90 seconds long, and then everyone else is staring at you like, okay, what's next?
Yeah. I guess those kind of pieces, the audience that it's for and the kind of gig that you could use it at almost never requires you to be playing anything too challenging.
I say bring on in the Bleak Midwinter theme and variations, and we'll settle who has the most challenging in the Bleak Midwinter once and for all.
Is there one of those this week? No.
But that would be
I was
cool.
like, did Marina put another arrangement into another episode?
Yeah, listen up, Marina. That's what we demand to see next. That's what the audience truly craves. Theme and variations on a theme of In the Bleak Midwinter.
She'll probably have one ready by next year.
She's cooking up a Christmas etude called Gray December Morning or something like that.
Okay. Very nice. I'm going to give this one another 4 reindeer because you know what? It's a good arrangement. I think that it's very practical arrangement. And I think that when this YouTube video was made in 2010, the thought of a Zoom podcast in the future coming back in time to roast him is just so inappropriate. And it would not be in the Christmas spirit for me to give anything less than a 4.
Oh, no. See, that's what I was worried of. We don't have just 24 reindeer laying around to give to everyone. It's not like you can just get reindeer with the glowing noses anywhere, Tony. What's going to happen when you've given away all the reindeer and then Laura Snowden comes along and you only have like one reindeer spleen? How are you going to explain that?
We're playing some kind of like Ghost of Christmas Future role right now where we come back in time and roast the past. It's just so I don't know.
Yes.
It just doesn't sit well.
Let us tell you about all your wrongs.
This is 11
Merry Christmas.
going on 12 years old. Russ might be like a guitar professor now at a major university, so we can't know. Yeah, I think 4 is appropriate. There's always more reindeer in the sea, as they say.
Who says that? There's more reindeer in the sea?
There's always more reindeer in the sea.
You are confusing the audience right now. You're confusing them. They don't know. They're going to hear this. They're not going to Google it. They're going to go try to get reindeer by going down to Daytona Beach, Florida now.
Okay, let's do another arrangement. Simon Wahl, is that how you say this?
I think it's actually Simone Wales.
Oh my goodness. Look, we're platforming these wonderful guitarists. If I pronounced their name a little bit wrong, I am so sorry. It looks like the comments are all in German. So maybe this is like, I don't know how that would change the pronunciation, but keep that in mind, listeners. We have WH, oh my God, I can't even spell. WAHL as the last name. Go ahead and figure out how to pronounce that in German.
Well, the W would go to a V in German, right? So maybe it's Simon Wahl.
Is that how that works?
In German, yeah, the W's are V's. The sounding English V's, I think. That's like Wagner is really Wagner.
Okay. Yeah. Take Thomas's word for that. I actually don't know any German at all. Surprise.
That was the only German word I knew. I just said it. And now Simon Wahl. That's two more. Simon Wahl. That's two more German words I know. What about Midwinter? There's a third.
But don't they have the letter V also, because the word like Volkswagen, like the car, is not like Volkswagen?
It's the Volkswagen.
Or is it spelled with a W? That doesn't make sense.
Well, welcome to Thomas and Tony's German translation podcast.
German.
Yeah, we try to understand German, but we don't actually look anything up or research German in any way. We just describe German words in a bewildered fashion.
It's magic, really. I can't comprehend.
All right.
Let's
hear Simon Wahl and his In the Bleak Midwinter.
Oh, this one's louder.
This guy playing with his thumb.
That's legal on acoustic, right?
Yeah.
Wait, is this the same guy? Look at the double dot situation.
No, it's a different guy because he's got double dots on 5 and 10. The last guy had 5 and 9.
What is the deal with acoustic guitars and their extra double dots?
Oh, no, it's capo. It's capo. So it's on 7 and 12 like normal.
They do double dots on 7?
I think I've seen it. This is exactly what I was talking about. A perfectly clear melody in harmonics.
So now we can take some creative liberties in the final section.
Yeah, there's still like one harmony note. I'm not sure, but there's a 1 G in there. I guess it would have been A with the capo one that I'm not sure about. Or A sharp or B flat that I'm not really sure about. But other than that, 5 reindeers out of 5. I'm giving my 5 reindeers, dude.
Just like that. 5 reindeer.
I'm giving them. That's what I've been talking about this whole time. Just want you're gonna do the harmonics. Do a whole melody in the harmonics. I don't know, that's my personal preference. I thought that was awesome. I liked it. And I also like the video. I also feel like this is one of the best videos. Maybe this is more recently made.
Let's find out. Oh, this came.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
This is the most recent version of this piece.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see that people are still making versions. The whole society will be very pleased.
Yeah. I thought that was nice. I will give it a 5 as well.
People should be arranging more Holst for guitar.
Thomas, right now, give us your top 5 Gustav Holst pieces that other people should arrange in 2022.
Got it. In the Bleak Midwinter, the Chacon, Shake That Booty, all the things you are. Final piece that people should arrange this year is the Duck Song by Gustav Holst. Have you heard the Duck Song by Gustav Holst?
No.
A duck walked up to a lemonade stand, and he said to the man running the stand, "Hey, got any grapes?"
No. Yes. And?
That's it. That's all I remember from the song.
I've been trying to yes and Thomas a little bit more often. I tend to give him a no.
Tony always shuts me down.
All right, our next contender is the one and only Dan Jones. This is a quartet arrangement. This is the first classical guitar quartet arrangement we have had on the podcast so far.
This is the first guitar quartet arrangement where every member of the band is named Dan Jones.
I think we could have another episode in the future where we do arrangements where it's all one person doing a quartet, because I know like at least 12 of these off the top of my head. But that's for another day. We can see who we can find the best one-man 4-piece band out there. I think this is the first guitar quartet that we've had that the arrangement is actually something that you could give to a guitar quartet and they would want to like perform the piece. So we've seen a couple other people use 4 guitars in a video before, but none of them were really what I would consider like a true guitar quartet arrangement. But this video will be. Let's check it out. Now, is it the lighting or are the 2 guitars on the right different?
Oh, that's a good question. I can't tell. But this is very nice. This is very enjoyable to listen to.
I like this one a lot. I agree. I mean, that's one of the cool things about quartet music is you're playing a relatively more simple part, so you can really focus on the musicality when you play like the melody by itself or something. Gives you more options for fingering choices as well.
Interesting. Every time we see guitarists on here, it almost seems they're always wearing a ring. I don't know how they would do it. I don't know how you could play with rings on.
You know, the one that gets me the most is playing with a big watch on. I can't comprehend.
He's got so much that hand is weighted down.
Oh, he's got an Apple Watch or something. The watch is like Thomas Villotto plays with a watch that looks like it weighs 4 pounds. I don't even know how he does that. It's like this big.
He's weight training his arm. You know, it's like those shoes.
You think so?
Like back when we were youngins, they had those kind of dumb looking Skechers that were like round on the bottom, and they kind of made your calves have to work a little bit more when you walked with them, and everyone was like, this is going to be great exercise. That's what this guy is doing with his giant watch. He's He's training that arm, just passively to be very strong.
It's kind of like a baseball bat donut situation, but you're supposed to take the watch off before you play. So you practice with.
I guess that's true. When he does take the watch off, though, you will see this man shreds like no other.
It would be a good vibrato trainer or something. Like you always practice with this 4-pound watch on and doing your vibrato, and it's like and then when it comes performance time, you take the watch off and you're just like,
yeah. Now my thing with these videos is just like, I wonder. Now they're all obviously related. It's giving me Romero's vibes. You know how the one grandfather, he has 3 sons, so that he can have a guitar quartet at last. This gives me the same vibes. Which one of these Dan Jones on the screen is the father Dan Jones? Let us know down in the comment section.
Which one is the real Dan Jones? Ask a question that only Dan Jones would know.
Yeah. No,
3 of these are AI simulations.
You think they're fake?
Ask a question that only the real Dan Jones would know.
Yeah, let us know which one of these Dan Jones is the father Dan Jones in the comment section below.
Vote below. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Moving on. Yeah, what do you think of this arrangement, Thomas, in terms of arrangement, quality, and reindeer ratings?
I'm stuck between a 4 and a 5 right now. I'm stuck between a 4 and a 5. There's honestly no comparison because there's not like a bunch of other quartet arrangements of the song. And I don't know, in my opinion, it would almost be a waste of time to do the song again with 4 guitars. It's time to arrange some other quartet stuff from Gustav Holst's vocal music. I'm gonna give it a 4. Just because I thought it was a well done, straightforward performance. If he would reveal to us which one of him is the original Dan Jones, which Dan Jones is the real, if he would reveal that to us, then I would give him 5.
I'm going to give this one a full 5 reindeer. I'm giving out a lot of reindeer today, but here's why. I think that it's really cool to see the first guitar quartet arrangement of any of the pieces that we've looked at so far. And I think you're not going to be able to do better than that for 4 guitars. So I don't really know. I can't think of anything that could be improved on for like a guitar quartet arrangement. Good playing, like the video. And yeah, just simple 5. I think it would be a cool piece to give to a group of students as well or something, or gigging guitar quartet. Good job, absolutely. Dan Jones.
Yeah, right. Dan Jones has got to arrange some other Gustav Holst choral music for guitar quartet. Yeah, you hear me, Dan Jones?
It's possible that he did.
We could check it out.
We don't
Dan Jones episode.
We subscribe to everybody and we click like on the videos, but we don't actually check out their channels. Not live on the air anyway. Maybe I'll check out later and see he's got a whole Gustav Holst thing going on. All right, let's check out. Is it time for Laura Snowden yet?
It's time. Who?
First of all, Laura Snowden wins for having like a borderline Christmas name.
It's not off to a good start. She's gonna say, Tony, I really appreciated you guys giving me the shout out on that podcast, but when you said my name was kind of intrinsically Christmas related, that was the last straw.
When I hear the name Laura Snowden, I think Christmas. I'm sorry, it just happens. What can you do? Right off the bat, eyebrow. Is what we've been talking about the most on this podcast. is you got to get your facial expressions
It's all there.
and your eyebrows on point for it to be a legitimate guitar arrangement. And Laura is executing this perfectly.
I'd rather have my hands cut off than my
Also,
eyebrows shaved.
The scene is set. There are candles in the background. Another nice touch to and this is the first sweater of the day. All in all, this is really giving me the Christmas vibes right off the bat. All right, let's go.
Yeah, I like how the background's kind of spinning around.
You know, it's hard for me to rate the arrangement itself because the playing is just really beautiful and expressive. I think that, you know, when you make an arrangement of any piece, I think a certain level of it is how well you can pull it off and how well you can perform it. And if you're able to really put a lot of care into how it's played, that can really help make your arrangement look significantly better than others, even if maybe it's not that much different.
Yeah, this is absolutely the most expressive of all the versions that we watched today. And arrangement wise, I kind of like it. I like how she's composed stuff into it. It reminds me of Ponce's arrangement of the famous cello suite prelude that Segovia used to play, and how it's got a sort of stepwise counter melody underneath the main melody. And this has almost the exact same thing, where she's got a sort of stepwise counter melody going on a lot of the time. So it's very Ponce, like Ponce, the famous Mexican guitar composer of the 20th century. So it reminds me a lot of that if you look up his music. But then also the background is very well done. The video is very well done. It's all very colorful, and I feel like us gentlemen, we like to have our videos like very like black and white. You know, you look at just look at me and Tony. Look at our outfits right now. We're both, you know, dressed in all black and very dull colors. But that's what we like. But I like how the colors are dynamic. The playing.
I was actually going to say that
dynamic.
the sweater was not quite Christmassy enough for me. I wanted to see some snowflakes, some red and green in there.
Yeah. So
this is a Rasta sweater.
What? So
It's
do the
red,
Rastafarians
it's
celebrate
red,
a yellow Christmas?
Green, red, yellow, green.
Yeah, it's
Look
kind
at
of
the
like
sleeves.
a sock. It's kind of like a sock monkey sweater. You know what a sock monkey is?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the colors remind me of that.
We're legally required to critique all of these videos in order to use them fair use copyright. So
We couldn't critique the eyebrows, so that sweater's got to go.
I'm sorry, Laura, but the sweater is not Christmassy enough for me. And therefore, this video has been critiqued. Boom, fair use.
Yes. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, so I think there's no secret here on the rating, but for formalities, why don't we go ahead and say I'm going to give this one 5 reindeer.
See, you talked me down so much with that sweater, you really made a convincing argument for to revoke all the reindeer just based on the sweater. No, Tony's shaking his head. Don't do it. Don't take her reindeers away.
Oh, yeah. Laura's gonna get blacklisted.
She's gonna be really upset.
We were so close to getting bought out by the GFA. They had already placed an offer for our podcast. We sent out the counter offer, and then Thomas gave Laura a low reindeer score on her arrangement for Christmas, and all of a sudden we're blacklisted and we're down to 8 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes, it turns out they also made those sweaters. Those are the new GFA colors, and they were really not happy about what we had to say about the sweaters.
We're sorry, Martha. Put the offer. Put the offer.
We're sorry, Martha Marsters.
Martha. We'll accept half of the amount of money that you offered us. Just please let us be the official GFA podcast.
So I'm gonna give Laura Snowden 5 reindeers out of 5. 5 reindeers. Hello. Yes.
Another perfect
I thought
score.
It was pretty good. Yeah, it's hard to there's very little that I could even think. I don't even know if I could make a video that looks that clear and kind of slowly kind of moves around. I like that. I'm like, dang.
Thomas is trying to figure out how can I
do my next music
how
video.
can I make a video like that using my phone as a camera and filming myself while I play a 1-take guitar video. This is why having friends is important.
Having what?
Friends or colleagues, other people to make your videos for you, or at least help with the filming, because it's actually not possible to make
that's true
by yourself.
Or have babies that you can turn into a film crew. See, that's what Celedonio Romero should have done. Instead of having 3 children that he would raise to become guitarists and join his quartet, he should have raised them all to be filmmakers. And then he could have had a bunch of documentaries.
Oh, well, yes. So who's going to be the one that DMs Laura this episode and gets ghosted?
Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you like what you saw, please leave us a like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments if you have a favorite arrangement from today's episode or if we missed one.
Big thank you to all of the guitarists that we talked about today. Be sure to check out their arrangements. Get in the Christmas spirit. Those links are in the description below, and you can click subscribe here. Thank you.